The crime crisis overtaking more of America's major cities, 16 of them now reporting a record number of homicides for the year. Places like Atlanta, Portland, Philly, all smashing records. In fact, the city of brotherly love saw 524 murders since January. All this as liberal leaders rethink defunding the police, with some now refunding in the face of intense pressure. You know, these images that we've been seeing the last couple of days have been truly, or weeks, months, years now, I guess, are pretty amazing. But obviously, it's reached a critical mass of sorts, Alicia. But you know, this is quite a turnaround from, you know, defunding the police and celebrating riots and you know, Vice President Kamala Harris springing bail money to get rioters out of jail. It's quite a turnaround, isn't it?
It really is, and it's really interesting to watch what's happening in California right now, with the governor there just throwing, $300 million toward fighting crime there. You have the mayor of San Francisco also saying enough is enough. These are leaders who had a very different point of view and a very different tone not too long ago. And it's also interesting. It'll be interesting to see the way the coverage plays out, that, you know, so often we hear from many leaders that this is pandemic related. But now folks are starting to say, and really starting to take a look at whether or not that's true, that may in fact be part of it, but that is not all of it, that there are other problems at play here, other things going on.
Yeah, well, you know, Democrats made it famous about, you know, never let a crisis go to waste. We'll never let a good excuse go unused far too much, probably more than they ought to be using it. Joe, check out this. This is a store owner out in San Francisco, and this is just how desperate the situation is, to the point where you've got these people, they're actually sleeping in their own stores in order to protect them. Listen to this.
Wow.
I'm staying in my store for the last 6 days. You know, because I'm scared that these people are coming back again and do the same thing, because they knew they can always get away with this.
You know, Joe, just because I've been in the media my entire life, I like to blame the media for absolutely everything, because I'm pretty sure they're responsible for everything. But is it possible to overdo that? I mean, you know, what is the media's role? What has been the media's role in all of this, and what have they done to make it worse?
Well, Charlie, media is such a broad word, right? And I think on the local level, you don't see a lot of people complaining about the media, because on the local level, at least, opinions aren't thrown into the reporting. On your 30-minute newscast you see every night, right? They're reporting the news. If someone breaks into a store, they're smash and grab, or somebody is murdered or stabbed or attacked, then that will be presented without opinion. Then you get your weather, you get your sports scores, and then that's the end of your broadcast. So local media, if you watch it in these cities, they've been covering this stuff, and they've been covering it well, because you don't have the gas bags on the air telling you that it isn't happening, or people promoting people like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the congresswoman who literally denies that this is happening, despite what you're seeing on your screens. And that's what journalism now has become, that even when you try to spin this, there are cameras everywhere, and social media makes this stuff go viral in a hurry. So any politician sees this, they can't deny it's happening or downplay it, because the images are the images. And look, Gavin Newsom throwing all this money at the problem now, this has nothing to do with him suddenly morphing into Clint Eastwood, right? It has to do with the fact that the governor knows how to read polls, right, Charlie? And when it was fashionable to march with Black Lives Matter or relax bail laws or cut funding to police, Newsom and so many others were right at the front of the line. And now crime threatens their power, because even their shrinking base is fed up with it. So now it's time to act like they care about the problem. But here's the problem. Police forces now, you talk to cops, they are demoralized across the country. You see resignations going through the roof, and criminals and felons, they're emboldened. It's too little too late for Gavin Newsom and these other Democratic leaders to talk tough, because we know otherwise. We saw the movie in 2020.
Yeah, that's a great point. You know, and you couldn't have said it better. You know, Gavin Newsom is definitely no John Wayne. Tammy, as a recovering Democrat or a recovering liberal, I think you have always have a unique insight into the mind of people. When you're talking about, and I'm not talking about the people like Gavin Newsom, I'm talking about voters, Democrat or liberal-leaning voters. Do they want this murder and mayhem in their neighborhoods?
Well, obviously not. And what's interesting is I think that they believed that a lot of that rhetoric was just rhetoric for a campaign, that it would never happen.
Right.
And so then people vote, down the line when they're on a ticket, right? And then they just go about their business. But that is the most dangerous thing for politicians to do, is to lie to the population and to have it become so apparent right away on issues that affect those local small businesses, right? The safety of people in their own homes, being able to go to a park, all of that. These are things that they can't lie about. Joe's point is great about also social media. If they could, just like what they're doing at the border, if they could keep images away from you, they would. But in this case, they can't. So when you're looking at California, and I think here's what's happened, when you hear the London Breed of San Francisco and Gavin Newsom, this is an indication, I think, of the Democratic Party nationally realizing this is a terrifying reality and that they're going to get blown out next year unless they suddenly reverse themselves. And I think this comes down, these are orders from Washington. Newsom and London Breed really don't believe it. And so what's even scarier is if they didn't get that order, you guys, this would continue on, even with the destruction in every city.
Yep.
And I think it goes down to the background of what I experienced on the left, is that there is a genuine malevolence toward the average American, toward this country and what we stand for. And we've got another year to have to deal with it. But I think we're making some headway here.
They are wildly out of touch even from their own voters.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.